Tech Comm Suite makes it a snap to do PDF review for RoboHelp. It's much easier in the latest release of RoboHelp 10. We're going to show you an example of that today. I'm going to open up some of the topics. Here we see viewing collateral materials and adding media types. I've decided that this particular collection of topics are ready for review, and I can either distribute them to a group who are all going to work with the same file on Sharepoint or on Acrobat.com. But in today's case, since I'm working by myself, I'm actually going to demonstrate how you could share this with just one person via email. And we're going to do this by creating a PDF for review that's actually optimized for free Acrobat Reader. So first of all, I'm going to come up here to review, and you'll see that there's a few new changes. We want to create a PDF file for review. RoboHelp actually gives you a host of useful choices. First of all, before we decide how we're going to select it, you can either do it from the project manager, which you've had for quite some time. You'll see that'll bring down some files that I probably don't want to do anything with. But we also have a new feature, which is the ability to select your material from the table of contents. And you can have more than one table of contents. In this case, we've got the default for a large screen, which would be like a desktop, and we have a special shorter table of contents, which is for a phone version. I want to work from the large screen version. Some of the choices that it also could be used is you could select topics and files based on status, and you can actually have various status applied, like that it's ready for review, sent for review, or in progress. Instead of that, I might be more prone to do files that were modified after a certain date, and you can actually do this with a calendar if you wish. You also can do this with conditional build tags. So because it's possible to use CBTs or conditional build expressions to make different versions of the project for various screens, you could choose one of these as well. What I'm going to do is actually turn off everything, and I'm going to go down to an area that I've got called managing other information. So I'm going to select everything in this topic area, and then I'm going to ask RoboHelp to go ahead and create a PDF file for me. RoboHelp will ask me to save it somewhere. It's defaulted to the last place that I saved a file, so I'm going to save it right there. And moments from now, you can see how swift it is. We actually have a PDF file that's broken this up into individual topics just for review. This particular case, I'm really not trying to make it look pretty or fancy. I just want it broken up so the content is easy to read. Now at this point, I'm going to turn off the bookmarks in PDF because I don't need them. And by the way, although I happen to be using Acrobat Pro, it would be possible to do this with free Acrobat Reader. So in my first topic, I may want to make a simple change. So instead of other information, I could actually select this to put in different words, and I can say really, really different information. Okay. And we'll just move on down and make a few other quick changes. Adding a new media type, I might want to insert some text. So instead of just a new media type, I can say a new 21st century, like from the future, media type. That should allow that text to appear as new. I also can decide that I want to delete an entire track of text. So I'm going to find a place where I've got a paragraph that I may decide I don't need, and I'm going to very simply, that's not what I wanted to select, so do it right here. I'm going to very simply, carefully select this paragraph there. You'll see that that has a strikeout running through it. And the final thing we'll do on this page as well is instead of just removing items, we will change this to say taking items off the shelf. And I'm doing most of these changes in all caps just to make them easy to see. Okay, we've saved our file. Now we can go back to RoboHelp, and in RoboHelp there is a review pane. You've got various panes like the output view, variables. Notice that the review pane is empty right now because we haven't had any review comments made to this yet. So what I need to do now is to go back to review and simply import my comments for PDF. It's asking if it wants to, let me try that one more time. Let's go to review, and we want to import comments from PDF. It's asking if I should save some files. And then I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I'd like to do this. It wants to know where that PDF file is located. You might recall I put it into a folder called Book. And as I do this, it's almost instantaneous, very, very fast. So what this has done is this has swirled through very quickly, and in this section that we worked in, you can see here where it's actually brought this in. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the review pane, temporarily make it just a wee bit bigger. And you'll see as we scroll through here that we have various icons or symbols here to show whether text is being inserted, text is being replaced, or whether text is just being completely deleted. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this open kind of big so we can see it. And we're going to use our tools here to jump from one area to another. And now you have two icons to choose from in the review pane. One is to accept and move to the next. Another one is to reject and move to the next. So I'm going to go ahead and accept each change. I'm going to accept that. I'd like the 21st century from the future. I'd like this deletion to go away, and here is the replacement insertion text, so I will accept that. Here's another point where I ask text to be replaced, so we'll get rid of the deletion and add the insertion. And finally, when we're finished, you'll see that the entire review pane is finished. At this point, the only thing left to do is to save my project and publish it, and then at that point I am up to date and complete. This concludes our brief demonstration.